Well, welcome guys on the field, or better on the hill. It's the Eichberg. I came here because I wanted to push a bit the limits of long range flying, for me at least, with the Hexplorer, and it went pretty nice. Though it's nerve-wracking, I only see the voltage and not the used milliamps, and these lithium ions go down very low and you're out far and you don't know if you make it back. But I could like fly 5 additional minutes just here around to see how low the voltage actually goes and how it behaves. The zohd cells, these here, are not really good. They get quite warm. They don't hold their voltage good, so you get nervous early. But yeah, like this 3500 milliamp pack was good for like 18 minutes of flying with quite a lot of distance. So yeah, it's not too bad, but now I ordered the GapRC VTC6 cells. I still don't want to solder them myself. I want to fly 25 milliwatts flying. Those are the VAS Video Aerial Systems Cyclops V2. Who knows the Cyclops version 1? It was like huge. This is actually not too much different from the 3-turn Helicals in terms of mounting. So you have those kind of rigid cables. Mounting is easy, you can leave them on because it's not too large. And this is supposed to be a very good antenna, of course. Thanks IBCrazy for sending this antenna for review. And I will compare it against those 3-turn Helicals from Henriks. I still have it below here. The iFlight patches, I really like them because of the convenience factor, and they give you quite good range. Maybe I will compare this as well. Okay, here in my comparison you see those 3 directional antennas. The VAS on the left, in the middle the 3-turn Helicals, and on the right side the iFlight patches with stubbies. On the bottom you see the diagrams of the whole flights. So if you want to rather zoom in on this, you can. And the yellow numbers are of course the bit rate, and the bar is a visual representation. And I tried to fly the same path as good as I could, but there might be some variation into this. At the end of this road, the woods are 800 meters. And here you already see the bit rate of the VAS down a bit. In the middle we're still at solid 25. Now it goes down a bit. So I would say the VAS Cyclops and the iFlight patches are quite similar here. It's not looking too good for VAS. Yeah, turn around to see if it gets worse, but it's okay, so I can continue to fly. And I'm okay down to like 10 or 8 Mbits, and then I turn around usually because I'm a chicken, even with return to home. So I was out maybe 1 kilometer with the VAS Cyclops and the iFlight patches. Yeah, that's the turnaround point. And I continue to fly down to the castle with the 3-turn Helicals. So now the middle image is flying further down until around here, where it starts to drop below 10 Mbits, and here it's 1300 meters. Now we catch up in the middle video with the other 2 videos, so it's still comparable. I think I did a good job on flying the same route 3 times. What do you think? It's not 100% the same, but yeah. Still, you see that the 3-turn Helicals, they just worked better here in this hopefully real life situation. And be aware, it's 25 milliwatts, so it's very low RF power, and I'm flying quite close to the ground with some trees between me and the copter. Yeah. It's not totally synced up here, sorry for that. Yeah. Once again below. I think this is the last bump. Yeah. And up to the hill again. In this comparison, I thought it will be funny to see the VAS stubbies versus the true RC stubbies. Both of them are not called stubbies. True RCs are singularities and VAS are victory stubbies or something like this. But yeah, to me those are all stubbies. I didn't have the stock antennas with me, sorry for that. But anyways, it's the same flight. And you see with the omnidirectional antennas, the megabits drop down quite fast. And I had to stretch myself to even reach the 800 meter mark here. You see the megabits are quite low down, like 3 Mbits is really scary. And here they look pretty similar. I mean, now it's not really synced and I flew a bit more to the right side on the right image. But yeah, maybe it looks a bit better on the graph for the right side, for the true RC stubbies. And the true RC stubbies are also easier to screw on, so I would prefer them over the VAS stubbies, to be honest. But in terms of performance, they are pretty similar. Yeah, here it catches up and we are quite in the same region. Maybe the true RC is a bit better. It's hard to decide. Of course, this was also in 25 milliwatts. So the antennas have been tested. This worked quite good. We'll see in the data comparison, I think the Helicals were a bit better, but they are quite similar. The VAS stubbies versus the true RC stubbies. For me the true RC won because they are easier to screw in, they are a bit narrower. These almost don't fit in, it's very hard to screw them on. The performance was quite the same, so sorry I don't have the stock antennas, but those are like 50% better than the stocks. I already tested these, but between those two is not too much of a difference. And there's also not too much difference only in terms of style with the iFlight stubbies. So just get some of these stubbies. I think these are the cheapest. They're like $12 or euros too. So it's 24. This was like crazy $84, $90. I don't know the price of this. So I would go with them as they have similar performance. Another thing I want to mention about these cables and the blue plastic part of I'd Be Crazy. It's not as good as the solution, the 3D printed part that Henrik has here. This doesn't fall off and it's like a tight grip and works really nice. And here I broke one, so they are a bit harder to screw on. So in terms of usability, the Henriks win again. Check the prices on them, they're quite similar. In any ways, they have a great gain over the stock antennas, so don't leave them stock antennas on. At least use those little stubbies from like iFlight or go with Helicals from Henrik. Still, I have no affiliation with Henrik other than he initially sent me 2 of his antennas for review as a review sample, so I got them for free. I'm just happy to support him. He's doing this in his shop. They are handcrafted and a few guys already bought them and the feedback is positive. Little recap of the day. Now I had the chance to fly this quite a bit and it performed really nice, so I like it. It's small, efficient, yet able to carry a lot of weight. Here with the SMO I don't have to carry a lot of weight but a lot of camera. I hated the SMO, the instaSMO, because I had terrible cello on the 5-inch copters. Maybe I still have, I still have. And it did shut down in 4K mode. Now I switched to 2.7K 30 frames with ND filter, not on this last flight because it was dark. And in 2.7K mode it doesn't shut down, so that's a really cool thing. And I have this, it's not a permanent mount on the copter, it's rather this plastic thingy that you can strap onto any copter. And it works nice if you have 2 battery straps. So this is a really nice combination, the Hexplorer and the instaSMO, to get good footage. Stabilization of Insta is really nice. I already told you I don't like the zohd too much, they don't perform as good as other lithium-ion batteries. Yeah, but the flight time was cool, it was 18 or 19 minutes. The thing that I like the most about the Flywoo Hexplorer is that I can use my rather nice Turnigy Nanotech 1600 4-cell LiPos and still get like 10 minutes of solid flying time with this, which is fine if you have a lot of them. 10 minutes is not too shabby. And I also used this 1800 for also not too much more than 10 minutes, but I didn't use every mAh out of it. So it's really a cool option to fly with those standard packs that you might already have. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you liked this video. It was terrible lot of fun for me to fly around here. And while flying also test something. It's not super scientific, my tests are never scientific, but almost. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.